Good evening, everybody. This is Late Night Show Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show here on social media, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. We're going to have another great show tonight. All my shows that you have not seen, if you've not seen a show, need to go to Ashtarcommand Spaceship News on YouTube. All our shows from last night, this morning's broadcast, are on my YouTube channel, Ashtarcommand Spaceship News. Hey, Sprites. Mellow Mel, HTX, AJ, hey Jan, good to see you. Everybody else, Morgan 619, that 9766, Undertaker, welcome to the show, Birdman, everybody come there, Lacey, Phil, Tisha, good to see you, Tisha, Sylvia Rockman, just everybody coming in here. This is the number one spiritual UFO talk show where things do happen. I'm also host of WESU's NPR Pacifica radio show, Ashtarcommand Radio, Cosmic Eye, every Sunday morning. Tomorrow morning, I will be on the radio, broadcasting live my 21st year. I shouldn't say 40, 21st year. And you can also watch my show tomorrow on the radio right here on TikTok called Cosmic Eye, Ashtarcommand Radio. So I'm a professional broadcaster, been in radio since the 70s, but I didn't start doing a show regarding Ashtarcommand or Cosmic Eye until I got to WESU Radio, the NPR station, which gave me a show. So it's good to have everybody coming in here. If you're new, welcome to the Fire Opal. Good to see you. Proficient, welcome to our show. Everybody out there, Bernie, welcome to Encounters. Everybody out there, wherever you are around the planet Earth, welcome. So I've gotten to look at new photos from Friends with Fairies, and if you go to her main page, you can see all the documented stuff that she is documenting of our Ashtarcommand spaceships. It's pretty amazing. Hey, Kai Garden, good to see you. Good afternoon. And I'm going to share some information, and I've said this before, but I'm going to wait till we get to everybody coming in here, wherever they are. Guy 1, welcome to our show. Guy 1 to Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO short talk show. So some background for new people. I'm a contactee. What does that mean? I had my first contact in the 1960s. She'll be going live by tomorrow night. She'll be back with live. But since the 1960s, that was my first contact with space people, human beings just like us in light blue outfits. So this is for the new people that might not have heard this story before. I don't assume anything here. I know I have a lot of people coming in checking this out. So I'm the real deal. I'm not only a contactee. As I got older, into my adult years, I've had many sightings. I've been in 2 sightings that were pretty large spaceships that I had observed back in the 1980s. And also for new people, I'm from Mars. So what does that mean? I am born human, but my consciousness is also Martian. Also, I have a Christed consciousness with the Ashtarcommand. Hey, Stella Bella. I'm also a teacher. I do workshops here in New England where I take people off planet to the Golden Ship of Light, which is as big as the planet Earth, and they keep a journal of their experiences. And so I'm very much involved in this. I have a lot of knowledge. If you're like somebody who's just interested in the subject and don't know a lot of things, there's a lot of things I do know. And I can answer a lot of questions. Sometimes I can't, depending what it is. But we have a lot of people I've interviewed since last year who have had experiences, visitations, contact with ETs. A lot of people out there, many of you have had contacts. It's pretty amazing, but many people have. And they've been interviewed on the show. Good evening, Stargazer. So we're amped up, fired up, and ready to go. Got a train going by. We can hear the train a few blocks away going by, so you might be hearing the train honking its horn. And we got the apple cider. That's my cosmic drink, apple cider, on most of my shows. Yes, to serve mankind, Gilbert. Absolutely correct. So we'll be getting into things in a little bit. The way it works here, we have a protocol on the show. And the protocol is pretty simple because it is a show. We're not just a TikTok person on here. having arguments about subjects of religion and whether the earth is cheese or not cheese or flat or square. We don't get into any of that garbage. We're here to do a show dealing with the cosmic galactic areas, UFO sightings, visitations, crop circles, mer people, fairies, all this stuff, all related to the subject matter. Hey, friends of fairies, good evening. Good to see you. And like I said, she'll be back with her full activation to talk by tomorrow night. I think, yeah, tomorrow night. So that's going to be a good thing. Hey, One Toyota, good to see you. Thank you for the roses, everybody. And we're going to set our goals here. We do have a goal. And our goal tonight is we're going to start with the pinning the hat with the mustache. That's that brown hat. So during the show, please support what we do. Become a subscriber. You'll see a thing popping up when you come in here. It's worth subscribing to what I do here. And the subscriptions help us raise money for night vision equipment for the Ashtarcommand contact group here in New England, in this part of the world. So we appreciate that too. And also you can do Venmo if you wish to use my Cash App on my profile page. Just go to the link and you can do a Venmo there. Hey, Rod, good to see you. So we'll be getting started pretty soon. And you never want to miss a show here, because if you miss a show, even if you miss a show, you'll see it on my YouTube channel, but it's always nice to watch me do what I do here live, you know? We're here to bust the matrix, so there you go. Hey, Chesno. Hey, brother. Good to see you. So we have complete control of this show, which is a good thing. If this show wasn't controlled by me, then we'd have a problem. So how are you, Commander? Okay, let's see here. Jump into... So, no, it's a good question. So when I use the word commander, the Earth-based term, and it's been asked before, good question. So on Earth, the word commander means a military definition, like I'm a commander of an army, a commander of the Air Force or commander of this. The word commander on a cosmic galactic level means I'm commander of my own spiritual being. So no one commands me spiritually or cosmically. I command myself. You command yourself. So if you're a spiritual being, if you are, doing meditation, doing things to wake yourself up from this illusion that they've created on Earth, the matrix, so to speak, you're in command of yourself. Everybody should be in command of themselves, and then they're a commander. And this is the non-military definition. This is not even in the dictionary. So when I use the word commander, it means I'm in command of my own galactic, spiritual, cosmic being. Nobody else is. So that's jumping 007. That's my defining of the non-Earth-based definition of commander. Hey, let's see here. And let's see. Primitive Lotus, good to see you. I'm just trying to, Catherine, good to see you. Witness, thanks for your subscription for the first time. And again, when you are popping up a thing that says subscribe, it's worth subscribing to my TikTok, because it's going to help us raise money for night vision equipment for our group collectively. And we have a group of usually anywhere from 15 to 20 people in the region, and we get together as it's getting warmer out. I'll be getting into that a little bit tonight, that we're going to be doing a very, very important gathering on April 13th here at an apple orchard. On my video posted on my profile page, there's an email to contact me if you're in the region and wish to attend. You can contact us. And some of our people don't have TikTok or Facebook. They're totally off the grid on the media, but they do have YouTube and all that stuff. But so that's going to be a very important event. We'll be broadcasting that at 8 o'clock at night on the 13th here on TikTok. And the way we understand it, that we will be able to see some spaceships or a ship, but we're not sure exactly how that's going to be working. As we get closer into April, I'm hoping we'll get more information off planet about that. Now you're saying how you're getting more information off planet. Our friend April has been on the Ashtar ship about 9 or 10 times already. So what happens is, just so you know the background of the story, and I won't make it too long for new people, is that we've met our she's met her cosmic biological parent. She's met my cosmic biological parent, and they have promised to appear at the apple orchards in the sky somehow, that we can record them to document it live. So you go in physical form or spiritual? We're going to be going physically. We're not going on a ship on the 13th. That's not happening. Down the road, it's a good question, Jumpin. Within the next 3 months, somewhere after that, there's 3 other people besides April, and we're all going to be going on the ship together. We're going to be invited to go on the ship. We have we have a connection. Not just Nicole. I'm an Andromedan ascendant. Interesting, Nicole. Hey, Nicole. And so we are going up, the 4 of us together. So it's going to be, when we do that, that's going to be unrelated to what's happening on the 13th in the apple orchard. I was just saying, hey, Ashley, I was just saying it would be kind of funny if we thought we were just videotaping a spaceship, and then we were at the apple orchard, and then we went on a ship. I'm kind of half kidding. But you know what? Hey, Eddick, it'd be kind of funny if that actually did happen. If that did happen. So, it'd be kind of funny if that did happen. I think it would be interesting to see what's going to happen that night. So, I just think we're in a position where anything is possible. I've contacted a dear friend of mine who's a well-known researcher. I've invited him a few weeks ago to come, and I won't mention the name of the person, but he's very well known. Linda, good to see you. So I really do feel that whatever happens, we're going to videotape either one spaceship or maybe more than one. I have no idea how this is going to work. But we have people coming from different places in the region that have contacted me on email. People need to really contact me through email if you're physically going to come, so I can communicate with you here about the 13th of April. And there are, again, if you're coming for the night and you're traveling within the region, obviously you're not going to want to drive home the same night, so you might want to consider 2 hotels in the area, and one of them is a Fairfield Inn, and one is a Marriott, which is off Interstate 91. So email me for information, and if you're in the New England area or what have you, please contact me so we can give you more information. That's really important. So welcome everybody to the show. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. It's going to be a great show tonight. I am not sure who we're going to be interviewing, but we are going to interview people. I want to give the protocol of how my interviewing system works here, because we are a show. Hey, for all our relatives, good to see you. Sending you a lot of love out that way too. Not just Nicole. Yes, it will be certainly amazing. And I was watching a movie tonight, a series with my wife. I can't remember the name of it now, but at the end of the movie, it shows that the Voyager came back to Earth, was sent back to Earth by, probably from another civilization. They sent it back with the message we had sent out. And the message was saying, hello, hello, hello. And then I'm watching it, and I'm saying, oh, I thought there was going to be a spaceship landing in the desert, and it was the Voyager. And people, NASA, all these people, these space scientists, they're getting all excited. Again, this is just a sci-fi movie, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, a jump in 007, yes, you can come up and ask a question. Let me just go through the protocol, and I'll bring you up, Jumpin'. So the first thing is no foul language on the show, no paranormal discussions. We don't allow that here. There's several thousand other TikTokers that talk about that stuff. The other thing is no drinking, no drunk people, no drugs, no smoking, no vaping. We don't allow any of that stuff on here, and you have to be over 18. So if you want to come up, if you follow those rules, I will bring you up. Let's see here. Can I do that? Jump in. You only have 0 followers. So you have to get up to 200 followers, jump in. I wish I could bring you up. And you're probably new to Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, TikTok. You have to get 200 followers to go live and 1,000 to go on audio and video. So we'll get to you when you get up there to that point. We'd love to have you. We appreciate you following us. Yeah. So welcome to TikTok. So there's a lot of things coming down the pike here. And we're always getting downloaded. I have a photo. I've been in, April's posted some things. I have a photo of, in Vermont, at night, of one of the big ships and littler ships that I've been looking at. I've been reviewing all the photos. And I think I'm going to wait till April's able to get back on live to see, and I'll be happy to show you some of the photos, or she can, if we're able to do that, of the ships, because the ships are real. And the motherships are really, really big. So yeah, and they have many, many ships. The other thing I will say, when I have stated that I've sent a spaceship with Ashtar personnel to a particular location to help somebody, show it to them. Okay, so tonight I'm going to show you a picture of the ships on my show here. These pictures were taken by April. The ships are up in the mountains in Vermont. These are Ashtarcommand ships. These ships do exist. Bedbone, I understand that about your dream. We'll get to that too when we get to interviews here. But yeah, I will get to that. There's a lot of things I need to share here and talk about. Hey, Linda, good to see you. So we have a lot of things coming down the pike, and you're going to see it on this show. We don't do, and nothing I do here, no CGI, nothing. Everything I do here is real. I come from Mars. Thank you, witness. I come from Mars originally. I came here, I purposely came here on Earth when I did to do my mission work. I didn't even know what it was. I forgot what it was because I was a kid and I was having the human experience, right? Like all of us do. Went to school like everybody else, went to high school, did this, went to college, did this. But because I had so many sightings, I was always reminded that I'm not from here. I'm sure some of you were reminded you're not from here, right? Hey, 12DC CPU Dread, good to see you. So I'm going to show in a few minutes a photo. It's the best we can do, but you'll see if you look at it clearly, you'll see the mothership, the large ship, and you'll see littler ships below it. Okay, and I'm going to share that with you tonight. And when the ships appear at the apple orchard where we're going to be, we don't know whether they're going to visibly decloak, partially decloak. We have no idea. We are simply going out there and setting up our equipment. I'll have a tripod set up. We'll have all the equipment set up. All the equipment will be set up, and we'll be able to document everything. That's what we're going to do. That's what we do, right? So it's going to be an interesting evening in a few weeks. Not that it's not interesting now. Every show that I do here is interesting, but that live in the field is going to be something very different. My hope is that we'll have at least 3 or 4 of us there that are going to be eventually going on the ship. Kit Kat in Long Island, myself, April will be there with her being there, and also Johnny from New Jersey is the 4th person. So we're hopefully going to I want to get a picture of us together in the field, and then we're going to document whatever happens. Okay. Hey, Chad, good to see you. Good evening. Make yourself at home, folks. Take a seat, relax. Nowhere to go on a Saturday night. Just relax. Our studios are really big all over the world. We have seats on every part of the planet. So please relax and enjoy yourselves. And welcome. And also make sure you tap. One of the things I want to do is interactively get 175 people. We want to get to 100,000 likes. We have 9.5. I know it's early yet, but I like to get people activated, motivated right now. So if everybody taps the screen while you're watching the show, that means if only one person's tapping, their finger's going to fall off. I'm just kidding. But if everybody taps, we can get up to 100,000 by probably 12:30 a.m. in the morning. That means everybody collectively getting involved. I want everybody involved. That's what I do on my show here, you know. And also share with people that you think should be here watching this. Don't be afraid to share if you have somebody says they should be here. Share with your friends that you feel are awakened, inspired, and they need to see this. Have them come in. Have them join us. Mondo, thank you, Mondo, for being a follower. We appreciate it. Everybody follow each other. It's always a good thing. I always encourage people. I'm an encourager on a positive level, so please do. Hey, Time Management Global Finance, thank you for the follow. US, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. We're just really getting started here. Tanya, welcome. N. Wild, welcome to the show. Joined, welcome. All the people coming in here, use this 364. Time Management, good to see you. Welcome to our show. Keith, welcome. Cindy Wilson, thank you for the share. Marinate, good. Yeah, definitely get people to, definitely it's good you pinned that. We want people to tap, tap, tap. You know, we want to get to 100,000 followers, 100,000 likes by 12:30 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast here. Do you think we can do it? Yes, we can. Hey, Cliff, good to see you. Everybody, Kyle Williams, Dobra 34, Johnny Angel, welcome to the show. Action, thank you. Action, grateful, gratitude. Let's see. And don't forget, Guy, Friends with Perry is still trying to raise money to get down to C5 event. And let's see here. Hire from Northwest Montana, Kitty Jackson. Welcome to our show Encounters. And as people come in here, Magic Me, welcome, and thanks for the likes. Lang Stanley, everybody tap the screen. Everyone tap the screen. We want to get up to 100,000 likes. 100,000, likes. That's what we want to do tonight, 100,000 likes. So let's get up to 100,000 likes through the show. Everybody taps constantly. Thank you, Paige, for the roses. I want to get things activated, motivated in every which way possible. And we will be taking guests in a few minutes. Let me see here. Oh, Ashley. Okay, Ashley. We're going to bring Ashley up in a minute. Ashley, I definitely get young. Paranormal Ghostbusters. I can't speak English. I'm getting so many downloads here. I'm going a mile a minute. And also help support our Friends with Furries when we get her up here, because she's coming down from a long ways in Vermont to join us. And let me see here. User 210, what would you like to talk about? We have Ashley on first. User 210-495-1194. If you'll put a sentence in the comments what you want to talk about on the show. Hey, Las Vegas, good to see you. And we're going to bring Ashley up first. Then we'll have user 210-951194006. And good to have Las Vegas with us. Do you have something related to your visitations, UFO sightings, that kind of thing? Just want to get it before we bring people on. I know Ashley, so I kind of know what she wants to talk about. And put in a sentence what you wish to talk about, people that want to be guests on the show. Where do I make my donation? For if you're making a donation to the show for what Friends with our Friends with Fairies, or for the show here, I'll give you that information if you tell me which is it for this show, for me, or for the Friends with Fairies. April. I'm going to try to. Hey, Paranormal, thank for the roses. So I'm logistically looking at everything here to see. Dora, Did you want to give me more specifics? Are you donating to my show or for Friends with Furries? Short info, convo on subject. I'm just reading people's messages here. Welcome, everybody. Okay. I'm just trying to understand a little bit. The person in Las Vegas, can you give me an idea what you want to speak about? I need to have, like, if you type a sentence as to, hey, Star Runner, what the areas you wish to speak about, that would be user 06, Area 51. Okay. Oh, I work for Area 51? Okay, Ashley. Ashley, if you can hold off for a moment, I'm going to bring user 210-495-1194 on, who works with Area 51. Then Ashley, I'll bring you on after that. And then Time to Management, I'm going to find out what they wish to discuss here. This is Encounters. Our first guest will be, this is Encounters, the late night #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Good evening, user 210. I'm not going to go through all the numbers. Welcome to the show. Are you there? Hello? Okay, I hope we didn't lose the Area 51 person. The person from Area 51 who works at Area 51, he just paused out and he wanted to come on and talk about the fact that he works at Area 51. I think we lost him. That's interesting. Like I said, folks, you never know who's watching the show. I don't know if I should wait or have him come back. I hope he comes back. Let me see what's going on here. Things are going to... Oh, he disappeared. Interesting. Interesting. What's going on here? Okay, Ashley, I'm bringing you up. The Area 51 guy disappeared. I know this is going to be a really crazy night here on Encounters. Ashley, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good. The Area 51 person, I brought him up and he's gone.
Yeah, I see that. um,
This show, this show is wild anyway. Everything that happens is going to happens here on Encounters. So there you go.
it sure does. I was just gonna be real quick. I wanted to update you because I just got out of work and I'm gonna be driving home.
Okay.
My friend messaged me back and he said I gave him all your information and it was about a couple hours ago. He said he'll be in here tonight.
He will be.
Yep, that's what
Okay.
he said.
And he's willing to come on and talk about what happened?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, good. Okay, good. We're going to have Can you describe for everybody who that person is, who we're going to be bringing on later?
Well, I met him in another live,
Yeah.
and I heard his story, and then he said he had the video, and he showed me the video of it, with he was driving down the highway, um, going home from the gym, and off to the side on the highway, there was like two big shadows, like cloaked
Really?
ships or something that he couldn't
Really?
describe. He couldn't see it, and then there was like smaller crafts down below it. It looked like it was
Really?
shooting lasers at them, and you could see
Huh.
sparks hitting off of it. Like whatever it hit, when it hit it, you could see sparks flying off of it.
So was
So
it shooting lasers off the smaller craft below it?
it was a real quick video because he was driving, and
Hmm.
but he's gonna send you the video.
Oh,
I gave him
really?
your email. Yeah, I
Oh,
gave him
good.
your email address, and he said he'll
Okay.
send it and he'll come on and he'll describe what happened, what he
Oh, great.
saw.
Well, we'll hear it from him. And now I have a woman here who said, wish on a star says, I had an experience with a UFO in Florida last December and was contacted. So now she has 159 followers. We need to get her 50 more followers. So I need 50 people on here to follow a person called Wish on a Star. Can we pin her? Let me see if I can pin her. I don't know if I can pin her here, but it's Wish on a Star. If my moderators can pin her name, Wish on a Star, we need to get her 50 or 51 more followers, and she can come on live on audio. I want to hear her story. It says, I had an experience with a UFO in Florida last December and was contacted. Now, that's the things I look for, you know. Ashley, thank you so much for doing that work.
You're
You're
welcome.
awesome.
I'm gonna hop off. I gotta get gas. I'll drive home, but I'll be
Yeah.
listening.
All right. Definitely
Okay.
good work. All right. Take care.
All
All right.
right.
We're going to
Bye.
do this here. Bye. So we're going to try to get Wish on a Star on here, but she needs to get another 50 more people to follow her. She's got 179. Let's get it going here. I want to hear that story. That's what I do on my show. If people are that close to 200, I will do that. If they're close to 1,000, I will do that. I like to bring people here to be able to talk about what their experiences are. And how you do that, you give them followers so they can come on live on my show. She's got 179 right now. Let me see if we can get her up there. We're at 187. 187. If you really want to hear what she has to share, let's get her up to over 200. My audience is really good that way. Let me see where she is. In the next minute or two, she should be pretty close. She's at 192, folks. We're so close. Excuse me. She has to be over 200 followers when we get her on audio. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, and also host of WESU's award-winning Pacifica NPR radio show, Cosmic Eye Radio, every Sunday morning, live on WESU and also live on TikTok. So I think we're almost there. Let me see where she is now. 197. Come on, folks. We have 192 people on here. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. It only needs a couple more to go over 200. And I'm going to bring her up here. Wish on a Star, we're going to bring you up here. We're going to hear your story. This is what I do. This is how I motivate people on my audience. And I always am a motivator in a positive way. You are now at 198. Come on. With 199 people, we can't get over the top. If everybody follows her, just follow Wish on a Star, we'll have her over 200, right? I predict in another minute or two, she will make over 200 and we can get on here. Yep, she's at 200. Wish on a Star. I'm going to bring you on here. Again, just to let you know, I know that you're probably not doing any of these things. No smoking, no drinking, no drugs. You have to be over 18. No paranormal discussion, and no cursing on the show. We try to keep it high quality, but just looking at your picture, you seem like your energy is really good. And we're going to bring you on. So Jessica, Wish on a Star, welcome to Encounters Live. We got you up to, you don't want to go live. Oh, that's a bummer, man. She doesn't want to go live. I respect that. Why don't you want to go live? Wish on a Star, why don't you want to go live and tell your story? I want to hear what she has to say. No, we don't. Wish on a Star, you can just do audio. You don't have to go on. There's no facial thing. You can, if you're shy, don't worry about it. You're not going to be on a facial thing. We're just going to hear you speak audio-wise. No, she doesn't have an explanation. I'm just kind of curious. Okay. When you feel more comfortable in the future, maybe. I can definitely understand that. Let me see who else we have here. Let me see. People get harassed, maybe. Not on this show. Not on my show. Let's see here. Time management. Okay, let me see. Time management. What would you like to share? Time management. Could you put a sentence in here? Yeah, maybe in the future. That's cool. We hear you. We hear you. It's all cool. Time management. What would you like to talk about on the show? Edic, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. I did. I'm just looking at all the comments here to find out what's happening. I try to be multitasking on encounters. Okay. And we'll have later on, as Ashley said, the person with the video that wants to come on later. As soon as they come in here, we'll get them on the program. Welcome to Encounters, Johnny UFO. That's a good name. And let's see, Bad Bones. I'm just looking at people's comments here. And I will actually get into just a miniature thing here. I'll bring time management on here on the program as our first, well, yeah, actually our second guest. A second guest on Encounters.
How you doing?
I'm CmdrAleon, the host. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, brother? Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you for letting me up. First time seeing your broadcast too. Just scrolling through, and I saw you about 30 minutes ago. So I jumped
great.
on.
Welcome.
When I saw what the content was about, I jumped on. I had a few questions I want to ask you, and then I'm gonna jump back down. Have you ever heard of a guy by the name of Billy? What's his name? Billy Carter.
Billy Myers?
No, Billy
Billy Carter. Not really. I've heard of his name, but I haven't really heard much about him.
Okay, so about a year and a half ago, I mean, I had a very interesting experience because I was driving. I drive cross country, you know, all that flat land across the West Coast, you know, tour bus driving.
Tour busing, okay.
Right. So I got a chance. That's how I found out who he was, and I was just driving. I got a chance to listen to him for about 3 hours.
Wow.
I mean, his name is Billy Carson.
Carson, yeah. Some people here know of it. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
Him, I have heard of. The Carter thing threw me off a little bit.
Right.
Billy Carson, yes.
Yeah. Right, Billy Carson. So he has some very interesting content. So just seeing yours right here and then hearing his, it just caught my interest. So I just wanted to know, did you hear from him? And I'm going to be paying attention to what your content is.
You'll be addicted to this show. I'm a professional broadcaster on NPR radio in Connecticut for 21 years. So my content is not your typical UFO show. I talk about being from Mars. You'll learn a lot about the fact that I came here and I'm a human being. I work like everybody else, but I'm not from here. And I've talked about it. You'll learn a lot about this. I don't assume everybody knows who I am when they come here as a new person. So that's a good thing. Never make assumptions about your viewers. And I don't do that. I always present what I do at the beginning of my show. And if you have any questions, ask me, and I'm an open book pretty much, you know.
Okay, I sure will. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for coming on here, and thank you for being a new person on here. I think we're following you too. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm going to follow you now. Follow me back, and we're now friends. There you go.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. We appreciate your being here. And that's a new person that has just started watching us. That's what this show does. We bring new people in here. They become friends of the show. That's the way it should be, right? Really, that's the way it should be. Welcome, Bill, to the show, and everybody coming in here. And, we are going to do interviews. We are actually trying to do some interviews. We like to do interviews, but you know what? The thing is, I can talk for a long time because I'm on radio for 21 years. I know how to talk. It's not like I can be silent here for 30 minutes. I can tell you things that you probably improved. The comments gone. Hey, a simple sauce. Blessings to you. Witness, thank you. Noni, it's good to have you with us. Everyone coming in here. Young Skywalker, welcome. So again, if you're new to the show, this is actually a spiritual UFO talk show. I'm in radio. I've done radio for 21 years for new people. If you hopped in here wondering and curious what we are, we're not a normal TikTok thing where people go hitting each other over the head and yelling and screaming. We are a professional broadcaster. So I took my radio concept last year when I came on here and said, you know what? I'm going to do an Encounters program called Encounters, the Spiritual UFO Show. And it's been highly successful because what I deal with is the same thing I deal with on the radio. But now it's visual. Now you can actually see me. We can communicate with each other. I can tell you I work with the Ashtarcommand directly. I'm from Mars originally. I'm a starseed, meaning I decided to come here and be with you and parents. We all are starseed, whether you believe it or not. You come from the stars, and you might not remember it or even know who you are, but you will eventually get there. Believe me, you will. So I basically came out of the closet about briefly when I was a kid, but as an adult, probably over on the radio over 21 years ago, on an actual radio station, on an NPR station, saying I'm from Mars. Not any other NPR station, but the one that I'm on. So I am here to bust the matrix. What does that mean for new people? I'm here to challenge your belief systems that you've been taught on Earth, all the books you've been reading, all the garbage on TV you've seen, all that garbage. I'm here to take all the garbage and throw it in the trash that you've been programmed to believe ever since you were born. Now, you might have just been born in the 80s. You might have been just born in the 70s. You might have been born in the 60s. It doesn't matter what decade you're born in. I'm going to bust the matrix. Why Earth? Because it's time. Why did it come to Earth? Because it's time. And all the things that have happened here, all the programs, all the history books, all the books on science and everything in your schools are all programmed to set you into a specific belief system. Everything on TV, all your cable channels, everything that exists on this planet, for the most part, is there to project an ability to control the population. Okay. Although there are independent cable channels where you can watch things, documentaries, and even there you have to be careful. All these UFO documentaries, right? And I talked about this morning. The reason why I wish they're trying to control the population, they're not going to be controlling it much longer because they don't want you to know the truth about us. You see, though, I just said the truth about us. That's the truth about us. The fact is, there are star people, spiritual space people, men and women, have families on other planets, and they don't want you to know about us, about them, about the existence. Yeah, they want to separate us essentially from the Creator. That's a big part of it too. Because the Creator created life in all the different planetary systems beyond Earth. In every solar system, every galaxy, every dimension of existence, beyond human understanding, there is life everywhere. Contrary to people's belief systems on Earth, there is life everywhere. So those human beings that are so smart with their intellect and their scientific understanding that certain things are just the way it is, those people are living in a world of control. And some of those really smart people that are so smart with all their degrees and are super geniuses that are scientists, some of them are on TikTok and they're going to, wherever they are, YouTube or whatever they are, maybe on documentaries on cable. They're so smart, but they don't know one thing, that there are people that live and are more advanced than they are smart from other planetary systems. So I'm going to take the time, since I'm not doing any interviews right now, to talk a little bit about these things. And I'm going to go into that mode of operation. And I will bring on people, believe me, but now you're going to hear the commander in command mode here. So I'm fired up. I'm amped up and I'm fired up. Sizzle Girl says, I saw a UFO on March 15th, 9 a.m. Austin time. Sizzle, we're going to have to bring you on. Well, first of all, I'm going to ask you, would you like to come on? Would you like to be a guest after I get through with my little deal here? Would you like to come on and share your story? I don't want to assume anything here. It's an option. Okay, that's fine. And that's good. So welcome to the show. I'm going to follow you just so, as a friend, I am following you. So I appreciate you mentioning you had a sighting. So I'm going to get into this a little bit. Okay. What's going on here is, and Jefferson says, I have made contact before. Jefferson, we're going to follow you. Is this going to be one of those nights where people do not want to come on live? Are we going to go into a scenario? I'm like kind of laughing here. I'm hoping some people are willing to come on and talk. Just to let you know, I'm not going to bite. But anyway, I want to continue with what I'm saying here. Okay. We have been so lied to. We as a human race have been so lied to. It's incredible. Not only have we been lied to, not only have you been lied to, It's the fact that they perpetuated the lie for so long and nobody stood up and said it has to stop. And then when the Pentagon creates its own UFO organization within the Pentagon, acting as if they care, and they're going to disclose information. And if you go back into when they started it last year and actually started showing some government videos from air jets supposedly tracking UFOs and all that, or spaceships or tic tacs, or whatever, UAPs, or whatever they want to call them. The fact is, has the Pentagon even coming forward released any information in 2024? Has the Ministry of Defense in England released any real information? Has any major government, think about it, since this whole called disclosure of the Pentagon, released any information? Absolutely nada. In truth, no. No information. That's why the commander is here, because I'm here to expose, and bust the matrix on this show. Hey, Grace, good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. We had a lot of rain, Grace. Hope you didn't get flooded out down there on the coastline. Too much rain. Man, I hope the sun comes out tomorrow. So we have been, hey, one beautiful love, good to see you. We have been lied to, like unbelievably lied to for years. And I don't care what decade you're coming from. You've all been lied to. The current decade, whether you're like in your 20s, whether you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, doesn't matter. Everyone's been lied to. You know, who is they? The people that run the governments of the world, the people that are in power, the people in the Pentagon, the people that run the Russian area with UFOs and ETs. Every government has their departments, and they have lied to the public. The people that teach you in school have lied to you. The people on the major networks have lied to you. I'm just going to say it the way it is. I'm going to bust the matrix again. I don't care if it's CNN, BBC, CBC, or China News Agency. They're all lying to the people where they live. Every nation lies to their people. They don't tell them the truth about what's going on. And they're not until they're forced to. Until they're forced to. And so we're here to say that we are pushing that button. We are pushing that button hard. And on this show, not only do we interview people, because I work with the Ashtarcommand, I've worked with it before I came on to any social media before it ever existed. I can tell you right now, we're going to bust it together, all of us. So and I'm glad people ask me questions because I'm going to answer them. I'm definitely going to answer those questions. Yeah, disclosure is complicated. And the reason why it's complicated, we've been lied to so long, it's been very complicated. Grace and I know that. They make it so complicated, when in truth, all we have to do is all wake up and unite together around the world, wherever country you're in. Doesn't matter whether you're in a small little island, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in South America, whether you're in Scandinavia. No matter what language you speak, it doesn't matter. We just have to wake up and realize it is complicated because they made it that way. They made it so complicated that to confuse us, to figure out what's going on, right? Do some ships have a life force within them? Very good question. Yes. Yes, Plating. That's a very good question. Some of the ships actually are living ships. I've studied this over the years. The living ships are materialized by thought. So some of the planetary systems of advanced space people can actually create ships by thought. It is true. Yeah, Paul's right. Government can't catch them. Some ships are alive. Yes, they are, Steve. That's absolutely correct. I've studied that whole thing. Jackie Reed, thank you for the roses. So yeah, and like I said, like Grace was saying, it is complicated because we've been so lied to for 70 years. They you don't know who to turn to. So from my perspective, we don't have to make it complicated anymore. We take control of the situation. You take control of the situation. We take control of disclosure. If we don't take control of disclosure, then the narrative is that the media, which is controlled by the government agencies, is going to be told what to do, right? It's obvious. It's just the way it is. They briefly, When the Pentagon told them to tell them about the Pentagon agency on UFOs, they all started talking about that. But in truth, they won't say anything unless they're told to. So you have answers. Yes, I'm giving you the answers right now. I appreciate you making that comment, Chupo. My answer is don't trust anything you see on the media, on national news in your country, when it comes to news on this subject, on cable TV. It's time for people to take control of their lives. It's time for people to wake up. It's time for people to not seek the information on UFOs from their own governments. It's time for people to get out there, learn how to do C5s, learn how to meditate, look at the stars, and you will eventually see non-terrestrial spaceships. Do the research. Yes, Leanne. People need to get there out of the rocking chair and take the bull by the horn and basically do the research. Then you're going to bust the matrix. Then you're no longer part of a matrix of control. You're going to have the information. You're going to be the one who's going to get out there and say, I don't need the governments to tell me the truth. I'm looking up in the sky and I'm making contact. Why would anybody wait for any media in any government, any news agency to tell them, oh, there's been a major sighting in the mountains of China, and we wanted to broadcast this so all the people in our nation can see it? Why would you wait for something like that? Why not just go out and do it? Learn how to do it. Learn how to make it happen. There's no waiting. People are waiting for disclosure. No one needs to wait for anything. And I never understood that coming here to Earth, why people wait for the truth. When the truth is already there, it's inside of you. It can be activated within you, within your consciousness. But people have forgotten how to think for themselves. They've depended on everything outside of themselves to get there. But you don't have to do that. I teach people in my workshops how to be activated, how to make contact. I take people off planet. I take them on journeys to a large ship as big as the Earth. And I do this in a meditative state where they go into a Merkaba state. I teach them how to do this physically. It can be done, but that's not taught in schools because they don't know that. It's not taught on documentaries because they don't do that. It's not taught in your major news networks because they don't want to talk about it. What they want to talk about is the same news cycle every day. When you get up in the morning, think about this. You turn on any network news in your country. It's the same stuff over and over again. Okay, we know there's a war in the Middle East, right? Every morning, the same story over and over again. Nothing new. We know there's a war. Nothing new about UFOs coming to Earth. Nothing about extraterrestrial intelligence on the national news in your country. Why? Because they are controlled by the very people that don't want them to do anything. And the people that own the networks, they know about the subject, these news networks. They get stories, they don't show them. They're not supposed to show them. They want you to be basically like programmed human beings. Yeah, they want you to be ignorant. But you don't have to be because you're watching this show. You will never be ignorant if you're watching this show because I will tell you the truth. I will bust the matrix and I will challenge people's belief systems. That's what I do. But why, who is they? They are, like I said, the governments. So whatever country you live in, wish on a star, like if you're in Florida or wherever you are, it's the governments that are controlling the media, which is being controlled by people that own the media, which do get UFO. I'm pretty sure they get UFO information, but they're never going to talk about it unless they're allowed to. Have you published a book? Marianne, thank you for that question. I started many years ago writing a book, but I figure I am the book. I don't need to write a book. I'll just share my chapters here. I've told people I'm like a cosmic book. I don't go on any websites. I don't care about people's religious agendas, political agendas, or any agenda. If you have a question for me, I'll open my chapter right up and answer it. So every one of you, in the truth, is a book. You just don't realize it yet. But me, I'm an open book. I'm a cosmic book. So my book is right here in my words that I speak on my show. That's the book right there. You do that through basically meditation. Christ did meditation. You have to know what you're doing to manifest something. You don't just manifest anything. You want to be able to learn how to manifest positive ET contact. That means you have to learn to do it properly. That's why the CE5 is really important. Our Ashtarcommand group, CE5, is a very spiritual event. And we use a combination of Dr. Stephen Greer's application plus our own protocol. We kind of mix it both together, which makes it a beautiful thing. So people need to learn. Very good question, Jim. People need to download the C5 app to learn how to make and do the protocol to initiate peaceful contact with positive space people. Once you do that, you can learn that process. You don't have to rush into it. Get a group of people together. Everyone should learn together. Empower yourselves to take the power back. Don't wait for somebody in the government to tell you when it's right for disclosure or when there's going to be UFO disclosure. Take the power back. Everybody take the power back. And if you do that, you will have contact in due time. You know? Let's see. Linda Lou says, Commander, do you believe in Christ? Yeah, so I do believe in Christ, but not from a 3D religious perspective. So let me tell you how space people believe in Christ, people from other planets in the belief system you call Christ. Thank you for the question, Linda. So when we talk about Christ, or if I talk about believing in Christ, it doesn't mean going to church, looking at Christ on a cross with a bunch of nails and a piece of wood. That's earth-based 3D religion. The Christ I talk about in the Christ consciousness is a cosmic Christ, a Christ that is from the stars, a Christ that is a consciousness beyond earth reality, beyond earth understanding. So when people say to me, Commander, do you believe in Christ? Yes, I do, but I'm going to define it differently than 3D religion. I don't believe in any religion on this planet, whether it's something man-made or whatever it is. That's all part of the problem. Everything is on this earth created by man has created problems. Scientists have created problems. They created the nuclear bomb. Religions were created by man, created problems. Countries were created by people, created problems. Everything is separated on this planet. You go to other planets that are enlightened, that are planetary worlds of peace. There's no separation of countries. There's no shopping malls. There's none of that stuff that's on Earth. You know. So when we talk about God or Jesus, I talk about it from a cosmic standpoint, but not from a 3D world understanding. Thank you very much, Linda. Good question. Do you think we may have many star families since we have many lives? Yes. Susan Mary, excellent question. Everyone here, whether you're awakened yet or not, has a star family, meaning I don't mean a general star family. You have a biological star family, just like April does, just like I do, and we've talked about on the show for those who have been watching it. We have biological parents that are from another planet on spaceships right now that we're going to be making contact with. So we all have a Earth-based family, which is biological, but you also have a star family that's biological. And in the other terminology, many people come from a particular planetary system. So you have a general star family of space people that are spiritual that you're connected with. So there's two different definitions of the word star family. One is biological and one is a general. Good question. Now let's see. How long will it take to make contact at the most? It depends where you are. It depends if you're ready for it. It depends if you've already made telepathic communications with your star family. If you have, then you will eventually know how to make contact with them. So you are in contact with Stephen Greer. I'm not in contact with Stephen Greer. I utilize his app. He has an app which I'd recommend, Wish on a Star, because your story sounds interesting. If you download the app, it's Stephen Greer's app. It's CE5 app. It's like $9.99. You can get it for your iPhone or for your Android phone. And just take your time, folks. When you download it, read the information, learn about it, study it. There's no rush. When you're learning things, don't rush, especially with CE5. And get a few people together that you feel are in the same synergy of energy where they want to learn something. And you'll find that you'll have some very positive initial experiences, with the CE5 app. Pearl and Moeller, yes, unite. Kitty Jackson, did humanity have the manifest with thoughts stolen from them? Interesting question. Let me read that question again and think about that for a moment. Did humanity have the manifest with thought stolen from them? Humanity came to Earth. When people came to Earth from other planets, they forgot who they were. So I'll rephrase the question a little bit. Nothing was stolen from anybody, but people forgot. So I kind of reword it a little bit. I think what you're saying, nothing stolen, but people forgot who they are. So as you get older, either you wake up to your cosmic self or you don't. If you don't, you can eventually wake up to who you are. Edic says disclosures on a star time. Yes, that's true. Let's see here. The Messiah says, I was Jesus Christ and Eve, I'm God. Okay, let's not get to that. I don't know about that, Messiah. I think maybe that's taking a little bit. Again, I do respect what you're saying, but Jesus is Jesus. You might look at yourself, Messiah, as a human being that's a Christed being of light. But we're actually, in a sense, we're all gods. We're all created by God, so we're extensions of God. So in terms of what you're saying, if you say I'm an extension of God, I would say yes, I'm an extension of God. Everybody here is. If you're saying I was Jesus, you wouldn't have been Jesus, but you would be a Christed being of light. But if you're looking at it in a different way than I am, you would be a Christed being of light. We're all aspects of God. We're all created by God. I have to get some more apple cider here. Hold on a moment. Before I lose my voice here, Stipples says, why they practice the tech in military airspace in South Africa the most? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Let's see. Hydrogen. Let's see. I'm just reading people's comments. Can animals have Christ consciousness? They could. It's possible. I mean, everything is created by God, so everything has God consciousness, including mammals, animals, marine life. Everything is created by God in all the planetary systems. So they might have an aspect of that from that level, but from the ones that are humanoid, when we have the Christ consciousness, we can actually work in that Christ consciousness in a very different way. So I can't really speak about non-humans on planet Earth like animals, but I think they do have some consciousness, even though they can't speak English. They could very well have that. Great question. Could have that Christ consciousness. And let's see here. Free will is very important. Action speaks louder than words. Absolutely, that's the thing, Messiah. It's not what we say, it's what we do, right? See? It's not what we say, it's what we do. When we come to Earth, once we wake up, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, and we just talk about it, we're not doing anything, right? You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, Spirit, good to see you. Much love and light. Let's see, Steve Houston. Cheryl, good to see you. I'm just trying to catch up. Well, I'm really trying to read all the questions here, so I'm not trying to skip anybody. Aaron says, yes, Jesus was a pro wrestler. Well, probably the greatest. Okay, no, Jesus is not a pro wrestler. What's all that about? All right, enough of that. That was kind of weird. UFOs, depending where they come from, some UFOs are human created technology. But again, when we're dealing with UFOs, many of the spaceships, the reverse engineered ships, are created by our scientists using technology that was taken down by scalar energy systems. I'm taking the children and animals with me. Not sure how you're going to do that as one person, but you'll probably take your own animals and children with you when we ascend into a higher state of consciousness. Let's see here. I wish I could remember my star family. Mark Torres, you will. Just through meditation, man. Just do the meditation and you will remember your star family. And it might take you a couple of weeks. It might take you a day, a night, or whatever. You'll get there. It will happen. Without a question. No big rush. Why, it says, Pixie Dust says, why are we so different on Earth than other planets? Well, the only thing different about us is we forgot where we came from. Humanity, billions of people on this planet forgot where they came from. So therefore, we did the things we did because we had no memory of what it was like before we came here, which is different than when we came here. When we came here, we ended up doing things on this planet that we would never do on the planets we came from, but we forgot who we were. So the whole thing now is, as we wake up, we realize this is not the way we want to live. This is not the way we want the Earth to be. We want to have a planet that's going to be essentially a planet of peace, a planet that lives in harmony with God, a planet that lives amongst all the planetary systems of light. And that's where we're going. It doesn't seem like it right now when you look at the world, but we are elevating into another area, and we are going to have contact within the next 3 years. So people need to get their act together. Human beings have to get their act together, And a lot of people here have their act together. A lot of people don't. So it's time to really focus on inner reflection, meditation, and getting your act together, because contact is coming, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter to me. My whole thing is to bust the matrix and let you know that it is going to happen. And it is happening for people. Some people here have stated they are having contact. Over the last year, people have had contact already individually. So it is happening, but on a massive scale, it's going to be way bigger. It's going to be a lot bigger. JC, not my star family. They were things were happening, and I had a deep download. Let's see here. I'm just reading people's comments. Nicole says automatic writing is a great way to contact your star family. Great. That's a good suggestion, Nicole. The Messiah says the spirits are very upset with Putin and Erica Hardy. Okay. I don't know about all that. They did something to the new earth. Let's see here. I'm just reading comments. I get it. We were dumbed down. Yes. Kitty Jackson. Absolutely. Humans had forgotten where they came from. But with me on here, I'm going to help you wake up. I'm going to turn around the thing. I'm going to help you wake up. I'm going to help you remember. I'm not going to put the memory switch on, but you're going to do it. I'm not doing the work for you. I'm here just to get you to realize that you were actually in a state of forgetfulness, and now you can wake up. Let's see. Let me see here. Let's see. Kitty Jackson, yes, we are all connected to Heavenly Creator. Yes. Okay. Messiah says, I'm passing away tonight. I don't know how you're going to do that. Let's see. I'm reading notes here. Yes. I think it's Mark. Everything is all one consciousness. Yes, it's all one consciousness created, going to the Creator, God. Absolutely. Pearl 733. Hi, Commander. Hello, everybody. Doing electrical work in my house. Okay. Okay. I think we need to just do this here. That's a little bit weird. Hey, Cosmic Coastal Cosmonaut. Jumping again. In one of your lives, you said you don't take your physical body, just your spiritual. Well, when you go off planet, when we go on the ships, we're going to be totally taking our whole bodies with us. When I do my classes, our bodies are physically fine. We go into a Merkaba state. So that's a whole nother thing, going into a Merkaba state out of your physical body. But when we go on the spaceships of the Ashtarcommand, we'll be going physically with our full body into the spaceship. Our whole human body. We're going to be going into the spaceship that way. Can I be in your class? I'll be starting them up more in the summer. Karen, when I start them up, I'll definitely let you know about it, and you're welcome to definitely come. I do them in Connecticut, so yeah, I will be doing classes in the summertime. Hey, old dad, new tricks. My name is Nap. I'm from the Andromeda Galaxy. See, this is what I love about my show. There are people that come in here right in my show and they say they're from the Andromeda Galaxy. Just like when I talk about being from Mars, I love it when people have no qualms about saying who they are. More power to you, Nap. More power to you, brother. Let's see here. Nicole's saying, and your all contact may not be as you envision it to be. It may be a very different type of communications. Absolutely. We'll have them via Zoom. I don't use Zoom. We'll be doing our stuff on here on TikTok. Everything we do here is on the TikTok. I do have a YouTube channel. You can watch our past shows. Ashtarcommand Spaceship News is our YouTube channel. All our encounter shows are on there. Let's see. I think I've caught up in most messages. So if you want to be a guest on the show and share your story with us, you may certainly do so. You have to be over 18. No foul language, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no drugs, no paranormal discussion. We don't deal with the paranormal. There's 10,000 other YouTube and TikTok people that do that. We're strictly into the spiritual UFO area. We talk about things like contact. We talk about things like crop circles. It could be your visitations from space people. It could be UFO sightings that you're having. All that stuff we get into. And, certainly Bigfoot, mer people, and fairies. All that stuff is a good part of the angelic realm, which is also part of the space people realm, believe it or not. Hey, Nicolette, good to see you. So we definitely are glad to have you all with us here on the show tonight. And let me see what's going on here. And I'm enjoying answering your questions. It seems to be that kind of night where, why not? Karen, definitely in the future. Yeah, we'll have you back on in the future, Karen. Oh, you're the one they want to shut down by selling TikTok? Oh, yeah. Hey, Pearl, that's right. They want to sell TikTok. They're not going to do it. Even if they sell TikTok, we'll still be here. Not just Nicole. I can see you. Hey, Nicole. And Nicole, believe in the unknown ETs. So, Nicole, would you like to join us live? I have a feeling you have some things you'd like to talk about. Not just Nicole. We'll eventually, whoops. When's the big hoax going to happen? The biggest hoax has been the 70 years it's been already happening. They hoaxed us for 70 years into believing that there was nothing out there. Let me show the picture of the ship. I do have something here I got to show everybody, so let me get there. I got so involved in answering questions. Let me go to the VFX screen. You folks are going to see something, and I'm going to share it with you now. I'm going to move my head out of the screen. Again, understand this is taken with a cell phone in Vermont. And what I'm showing you here is, if you look carefully, you're going to see exactly what you're looking at. Look at the picture. Let me just do this here. This is a picture, and not just any picture. Focus, focus, focus. This is one of the things I do when I do my classes in person. Now I'm asking everyone that's viewing this with your eyes, focus on the picture, on the camera. Focus. And don't jump to a belief system. Just focus on what you're seeing. Just focus. I'll explain to you what you're seeing. On the upper part of the picture is a big spaceship. Okay? I'm going to narrate this. This is from my friend April in Vermont, who's been on the ships about 9 or 10 times in the last couple of months, or even sooner than that. What you're seeing on the top part of the screen is a big spaceship. Below it are other spaceships that are smaller. So these are all ships here that you're seeing. Okay? So I want to narrate this so people don't get confused. These are actually spaceships. It's blurry because of the vibrations of the ships affect the phone. So unfortunately, it is blurry. But it is the spaceships. There's a big one, and then there's smaller ones. So I want everybody to throw all your belief systems out as you're looking at the photo. Throw all your thinking out of the window and just look at the image, okay? So these are Ashtarcommand spaceships. So for those that don't know what that's about, these are the people I work with, the Ashtarcommand. They are here. There's more ships coming to Earth, many more ships coming to Earth than you can even imagine, okay? Than you can even imagine. I can't. I have no way of physically clearing up the picture. I mean, it's just the way it is because of the vibrational patterns from the spaceships. But this is actually Ashtarcommand ship, big ship over the mountains in Vermont, and the ships below it are smaller ships or scout ships. Oh, Stripple, don't. We won't get into that. Let's just forget that. That's not our subject, so don't even worry about it. But look at the ships. I want to get people real focused on what I'm showing you here on the show. The Ashtarcommand oversees all the galactic levels. The Ashtarcommand is like a United Nations of all the planetary systems of light. It oversees every aspect. Every aspect. So I want people to look at this. I want people to see this. I want people to absorb it with your eyes. Don't think about it. Just visually look at it. Allow yourself to look at it. If you're going to think about it, it's going to block your ability to see what you're seeing. That's what the mind does. It kind of blocks you. But if you look at it, absorb what you're seeing. Okay? It's just the picture is the way it is. It's taken in Vermont, and the vibrational patterns of the ship can affect and distort the camera a little bit. So you're seeing it as good as you're going to see it right now. Okay? But these ships are massive. There's a big ship, and then there's littler, what I call little ships. So they're probably big, but they're littler than the mothership over the mountain. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of it's across in the whole page. The top one where you see the lights, that's the big ship, and below it there are other ships, but they're smaller. So you're correct, Flower Power. The big ship is the big one going through the whole screen. That's the mothership. It's an Ashtar ship. The other ships are the littler ships. Yeah, she's saying, and the dark part that Friends with Fairies is showing is just stated is the tree line. So above the dark part is the ships, the big ship and the other ships of light that are below it above the tree line. It's not going to be on the news, Jim. Why should it be on the news? Why would the news even know about it? They wouldn't. The news is not going to do anything. Matter of fact, the news is the last thing. It won't be on the news, but it'll be here on Encounters. This is where it counts. You could. Sometimes it's me. You could see it. You just have to just allow yourself. It's right there. Just look. It's right there. Look at the upper part of the screen above the darkest area, which is the tree line of April's area where the mountains are. It's right there. Those lights above it are the big ship. And then there are littler ships below the lights, below the big light. I'm just trying to help people see it because I know what I'm looking at. I've looked at, I reviewed the photos before I put them on here. So I'm letting you see it now so you understand what it is. So keep looking. And I'm going to give you a teachable moment here tonight that everything we're doing here is about contact. Everything we're doing here for you here is to get you prepared for contact. When we go on the ships soon and we come back, we're going to be bringing information that's going to help assist everybody here. Okay? And for us, this is no game. This is the deal. This is what's happening. Okay? 10 bazillion other people can talk about this on YouTube and everything else, but we're giving you information direct. All the information we're going to give you is going to be direct. If we don't have the information yet, we will. This is going to be like Contact Central. You know what I mean? Contact Central means this show is going to be a central area down the road for contact. Forget everything else out there. We're not going to speculate or anything. We are connected to the star beings of light. Nothing more, nothing less. Where the highest levels of contact is going to happen. So you're going to want to keep tuned to the stories. Next Friday night, we're going to have our Ashtarcommand Contact Night, and April will be live with us on next Friday as we resume our Contact Night, where the space people communicate by music. So they'll be communicating using music, which is the message. We've been experimenting with that with our star family of the command, and they will be doing that next Friday. Right. Let's see here. Let's see. Can I take the? Let's see if I can take the. Let's see. There's a way of. If I can do away with the comments for a minute, I think I can show people the pictures better. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see. I think there was a way of doing that. Show them the daytime ship. Oh yeah, let me show you the daytime ship. We're going to show people that too. Here's the daytime ship. Let me see, where is it here? I'm going to switch back. This is the daytime ship. This is an Ashtarcommand. This is a ship dealing with weather. This here is a daytime ship taken last week during a snowstorm, after a snowstorm, near the mountains in the sky of Vermont, where the nighttime ships I just showed you, same area in the mountains. This is an Ashtarcommand ship. So I haven't seen this ship. This is also an Ashtarcommand ship. Daytime. Okay? I want you to get used to this. Look at it, focus. Instead of having little conversations, focus on the photo that's at hand. This is also from Vermont. This is one of the Ashtarcommand ships that deals with our weather and environmental issues. No, not drone. This is a ship. Triple, not a drone. This is a spaceship, not a drone. Okay? Good thing I have information. And after a while, we'll go back to the other ship. Now, we have something else that's going to blow your mind here. And I'll ask April if I have those photos. I really examined them well. What about the spaceman, the space person that came out and decloaked himself? You think, April, we should show that? I think we could. Because of the vibrational patterns of the spaceship, user Sandy, good question. And she can only comment until tomorrow night, but she has been on the ships. She initially had been on the ships. The reason why the ships are blurry because of the vibrational energy coming from the ship affects the telephone or the cell phone. It happens a lot. It's just because there's a vibrational pattern that affects the electronics of the camera, of a human camera and a lens of a cell phone. That's why you see it. But it's pretty clear. If you really look at it, it's actually a really clear shot. A really clear shot. You know, let me see here. I think, okay, enough of that. I decided that person was definitely not here for the right purpose. So they are gone. All right. And so as you're looking at this, can spaceships fly erratically? Tracy, good question. Yes, they could. They don't have to, but they could fly. There's no reason for them to fly erratically unless they're affected by the environment or the energy of the planet. No problem, Rod. I was watching that person and I decided to take them out. My husband and I want to be liaisons to bridge the gap, no family or children. Interesting, Kitty. David, thank you. You want to see the space person? We'll show you that. I'm going to have April make comments about the space person. So we're going to show you they're in a space outfit. They're wearing a space helmet of some sort, and they are human. They're just wearing they decloak themselves a little bit. Not just Nicole. Thank you for the message. We'll look at that. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the roses. We appreciate that. We're going to show you now. This is what disclosure is here. All this stuff is Ashtarcommand related. These ships are Ashtarcommand ships. And I'm going to show you one of the Ashtar commanders right now, a physical picture that April was able to take. Let's see here. And let me see if I can find the right one here. We'll see how this comes out. We'll use this one. April, you can comment on this one, and we'll let people see this. This is, April, can you comment on this? Oh, let me get off of that then. Let's go back to this. Okay. So we're going to go, we'll go back to that eventually. But let's go back to this. This is the ship. This is the spaceship, the large ship at night that was just taken of the Ashtarcommand ship, and the littler ships there. The other ship was the last week, was a weather ship that it's used to deal with the environment. Time management, yes, they're beyond anything. Yeah, stealth is just primitive technology. The Ashtar ships can go beyond dimensions. They can go cloak in and out of our frequency. So yes, they're way beyond anything that we have. I have to permission. I wish you were live. So friends, do we have permission to show? We're talking about where we have permission to show the space being yet. We're going to, I'm going to wait till she gets back on tomorrow night. And we'll, it's much easier. It's so difficult sometimes when you can't communicate on the program like this. But we do have pictures, and I have a feeling as time goes on, we're going to have more pictures. Oh, okay. No permission yet. Okay. So we're going to leave that alone for now. But what we do have is permission to show you the spaceships, which is right here. Okay. So this is what you're going to start seeing. Now, our gathering in Connecticut, April 13th at 8 o'clock Saturday night, we're supposedly going to be able to videotape and document some of the spaceship activity that exists of the Ashtar Command. So we're going to wait on the other stuff. Okay. But when we do have the ability to show you that, we're trying to honor our space family. They'll tell us as they give more pictures and information to to April, we'll be able to proceed forward. And there'll be a slow, gradual education here of not only the spaceships, but the fact is that what we do, so Jim Palm, we're working with our space family, so we want to make sure that everything we're showing from their level is okay. This stuff we're showing is definitely important, the spaceships. We're just waiting for permission to show you some actual pictures of the human beings that are from the spaceship. And they're human just like us. Men and women just like us. They have children just like us. But they come from a very spiritual level of light that is beyond our earth. Okay? So, we're glad to show you what we can so far. And again, on this nighttime photo, that's her tree lines, and these are the ships that are above the tree line. Yeah, Ashtar Command is our space brothers and sisters. So we want to, we were, for the pictures of the space people, we want to make sure we get permission from them to show that. I'm sure we will, but we have to wait till we get permission. It's no big deal. It's just that we just agree that we need to make sure that's okay before you show you some of the space people. And when you see the space people, they're not the ugly looking monster type things that are AI created that everybody does on TikTok and YouTube and all that. Well, you'll see when we are able to show them to you are people just like us. They're taller than us, and they are people. So it's all good. And we're almost at 100,000. We're at 88.4, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you for the follow, Anita. Please, everybody, follow each other. It's always great to have the community here. So if you have any questions about the ships or whatever on encounters, we're happy to answer your questions. Because this is what's happening. This is disclosure. This is prepping you for what's going to be happening soon. And that this kind of stuff will eventually be happening all over the world. It will. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Lisa, welcome. Michelle, welcome. Everyone coming. Deb, good to have you with us. All the people coming in here. Michelle, welcome. Judy McLean, thanks for the likes. Rod, thank you for the roses. So it's a beautiful thing here. Eileen Ross, shalom to you as well. Will they be taking you to another planet once you get on board? Tina, very good question. Potentially, I think we're going to be taken to a number of places, but I don't know where yet. We're all like excited. April, I know I am. I know that Kit Kat is, and I also know that Johnny is. So it's going to be a surprise for all of us. We'll be surprised when it happens. And Big Mike, thank you. We love you as well. Kit Kat says I'm excited, and she sure is. So that is again. I want to show you the other. Karen, thank you for that. I'll show you the other ship, which is the one that was daytime. This is the daytime sighting from a few days ago, where April was able to get outside and actually show a picture of the ship. Take a picture of the ship. This is a weather ship. It's a big ship, and it's there to help with the environment, to replenish our water, and it's quite a ship. And the reflection of light is coming from the sun. So the reflection of light is coming from our sun. As you can see. I'm going to set up a new goal here. Let me see here. And I think what we'll do here is donuts. So we're setting up a goal for donuts. And we're doing that right now. I think I just did it. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I appreciate it. So I have 8 donuts as my goal for gifting on TikTok. So please support what we're doing. And we appreciate it. How do I buy followers? How do you buy followers? I don't know. You can't buy them. You just ask people to follow you. That's all. Big Mike, can you tell us what you want to talk about in terms of going live? Why you need to go live when you're able to get there? What's the topic? And again, this is a weather ship that is in Vermont that was physically not recorded but photographed by April, Friends with Fairies. Let's see here. So we're trying to give you some. Hey, Susan, thank you for the donut. We appreciate that. And you're seeing one of the ships here. to reach all the ministers, priests, all divine of the great people. Well, we don't know about that whole thing, ministers, priests. Our topics here are basically on the UFO spiritual area, encounters, Bigfoot. It could be mer people. It could be fairies, our star families. That's what we talk about here. And let's see here. Thank you for the donuts, Yaya. Oh, okay, wow. I appreciate all the people that helped us reach our goal on the donuts. We did that quite quickly, didn't we? So we're setting up a new goal right now. As you're looking at the spaceship photo, this is a real photo. And we're going to go to another one that might be something people can do. We're going to do the confetti, I think, or confetti. So we're doing 8 confettis now. We're switching it over. And my goal is for 8 confettis during the broadcast here. We're going to pin the confetti, and there you go. If you like confetti, you can help support us like that. We reached our goal of 101, over 100,000 likes. We appreciate that very much. And I hope you're enjoying the program here tonight on Encounters, as this show is always about disclosure. Like I said, we don't have to wait for world governments to tell us the truth. This show on the social media platform, on the internet, this show is where you're going to find information out. This show is where you're going to see us do what we do. I'm a professional broadcaster. I've been on NPR radio for 21 years in Connecticut. I'm also not from Earth, I'm from Mars, and I'm also a contactee from the 60s. I work with the Ashtarcommand Command, if you're new here, and I'm in contact, been in contact with them ever before the internet. So it's good to have people here. Good that you're finding the show here, and we're glad to have you with us. So thank you, Spiritual Spot. We appreciate all the gifts. We really do. Everybody. And we're getting to about 12:28 in the evening. Thank you, TK. We appreciate that. So that's what one of the ships looks like. And again, by seeing these images, you can get a better feel for what we're talking about. Now, speaking of which, this is just a rendition. This is a great photo of an idea of what ships will look like. I think the painter, the artist that created this, gives you an idea of what some of the galactic ships would look like. So if you look at this, it might remind you of something you've seen in your life. Maybe you had an encounter. Do you think the non-disclosure people will stop you TikTok broadcast? No, never be stopped. My show is well protected by the command. This show, being a professional broadcaster, I'm on radio. No, that won't be stopped. Commander, how has contact with? That's not happening anymore, Linda. That name is a no-no. You didn't know that. Forget that name. Forget that name. That name is a no-no. Just to let you know, I'll private message you about that name. That name, no good, and we will get into it with you later. We'll just share it with you later. Let's see here. Red Indian, God's ship. So the star people have many ships of light. This is just a sort of an artist rendition of what one of these kind of ships would look like. Now you're going to see the real ship, which is the one that is over here. This is let's see here. This is a ship. This is a real ship in Vermont. This is the mothership here, and these are the littler ships below it, and that is the actual tree line, so to speak. Excuse me. Thank you, witness. Wow, we actually achieved that goal. We're going to set up a new goal. Let's see what happens with this one. Let's see here. What am I going to do now? You folks are beautiful. Let's see. What should I do? Galaxies. I haven't done a galaxy thing. Actually, I'll do this one. I'm going to do the hanging lights. Wait a minute. We've set the thing for the lights, I believe, here. Did I? Yep. We're doing hanging lights during the show here now. We're pinning hanging lights. So that's our whole thing now. The lights are another one people like. So hanging lights for my helping support my show and support what we do here. We now have hanging lights. And this is here, what you're seeing here, if I can take it. I think there's a way of taking the names off so I can show you the picture. Let me see if there's a way of doing that. I do recall there might be a way of doing that. Is there? No, I don't think so. I'm going to check if I'm able to do that. No, I can't do that. I thought there was a way of doing it. But anyway, this is the actual ship, the big ship, and then the little ships above the tree line. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Susan, for the lights. Thank you very much, Witness. Witness, thank you again. We appreciate all the gifts by everybody. It's now about 12:32 in the morning, and I think we're going to wind down our broadcast tonight. Let me go back here. Wait a minute. Wow. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. And I love the imagery of the big ship behind me here. It's just pretty amazing. I can look at that all day long, you know. I think on one of the ships that she saw, there were actually people waving. I don't know if she has a picture of that ship, but I really am glad everyone's here. Red Indian, I'm glad we witnessed a UFO, but it was scary at the same time. Oh, interesting. Now tomorrow night, if you wish to be, yeah, you can see the beings in the window. Yeah, I think this is the ship, the big ship, where they were waving in the window. You can see them in the window. Yeah, if you're seeing that, that's, yeah, you can see them, even though the imaging is not as clear as one would want. Okay. Is there another picture of the people waving, April, that I need to look at? I might not have it on here. If I don't have it, I'll put it on there tomorrow night. I've downloaded all the photos so far. I thought I did, but I might have missed one. Is there another spaceship picture with people waving? I might have missed. Do you want to see the new pictures I got tonight? Yeah, let's do that tomorrow night. I sent it to you. Okay, I will look for that. I think the commander is going to actually try to go to sleep. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to be on tomorrow. Actually, everybody should watch my show on wesufm.org tomorrow. I'll be on the radio. So if the moderators can pin my radio show tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern, I will be on the radio. I'll be broadcasting on TikTok on my radio show, Cosmic Eye Ashtarcommand Radio. And if you'd like to be a guest on my radio show, watch my radio show on TikTok tomorrow and call up my show, and I'll put you on the air. We reach people all over the world on the internet and all over the place. So my big radio show is on tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern. I hope that many of you can tune in and watch it. If you're all over the world, you can watch it on wesufm.org. Connecticut folks, WESU 881. And Nick, how big do I think the ship is? I'm not really sure, but I know April, who is in the area up there, would tell you that it is a pretty massive spaceship, a mothership. I don't know how large it is, though. All right, folks. We'll look forward to you on my morning broadcast tomorrow at wesufm.org. Also broadcasting on TikTok. I want to thank everybody for the gifts. I want to thank you for all your questions. We'll get to more questions tomorrow night. Thank you, Yaya Spirit. Let me see. Have I reached my goal yet? I don't think I have. Have I? Have I reached my actual... Oh, it's saying set up a new goal. Did I reach my goal already? Yeah. I'll set up a new goal tomorrow night. I think the commander is ready to call it an evening for everybody. Everybody, thanks for being here. Be well. April, thank you for your narration. Everybody for your questions. Chesno, thanks for your moderation. And all my moderators, thank you. Have a good morning. Tomorrow's going to be sunny in New England. I know it's going to get clear out, and that's good. After all the rain we had today, I'm looking forward to some sunshine. Take care, everybody. Peace, love, and light to you all. Have a good night.